Ago. As you know, the Syrians are trying to discount the idea that the U.S. was ever really going to bring warships in here and start firing cruise missiles in at them. And yet, every day that discussion goes on is more time for them to prepare and to get help. One of the areas helping them out right now are the Russians, because another Russian ship has shown up here, and this one's important. Why?
Yeah, this is an intelligence collector. It's pretty much state-of-the-art. They've detached it from the Black Sea Fleet. They brought it down into the Mediterranean. It's got the complete outfit of sensors. It's got ability to monitor radars, communications. It's got its own sonar system. It can effectively track the U.S. movements in the Eastern Mediterranean.
So it would know the moment a missile launched here.
He might know before they'd launch, because there's going to be different signatures that are coming off of those vessels as they prepare to launch.
And what would he do with that information?
Well, they could have as much as 1-2 hours warning to the Syrians, and I'm sure they've set up some sort of network where as soon as this vessel detects preparations for launch or the launch itself, that information goes straight to Air Defense Headquarters in Damascus.
1 or 2 hours warning. That's because the Tomahawk missile flies a little over 500 miles an hour, and these can have a range of about 1,000 miles. So the truth is it could take a couple hours for one to get there. Nonetheless, these are pinpoint, accurate, highly reliable weapons out there carrying a 1,000-pound warhead. If you launch 200 of them, as Chris suggested a minute ago in his report, if you had 200 launched at Syria, who cares if they have 2 hours of warning? Against that kind of munition, does that matter?
Well, it's not just 2 hours, because we're giving them almost 10 days' notice that this is coming. And we've already seen the Syrians start to move their high-value assets, the things that they think we're going to go after, the Scuds, the chemical weapons facilities, command and control. They probably dispersed a lot of their aircraft, radars. They're all moving them. And they're moving them into areas that we're not going to hit. They're going to put them near hospitals, near schools, in civilian residential areas.
So even if we have an idea of what we're aiming for, they're hard to get at. But let me ask you one other part about the intelligence of this, because all of this is being based on the idea of intelligence gathering and what we can know about what's going on in there. We know the Syrian government doesn't want to tell us anything. But when we talk about the insurgency, we're not talking about one group. We're talking about dozens or hundreds of groups, some of which are in fact connected to terrorists. How reliable would that be?
Well, this is a problem. If you're going to use them as intelligence assets, you have to vet them, because all of them have their own interests at heart. So if they're passing a piece of information to you, they may be telling you what you want to hear. They're going to say, there's a high-value asset over here, hoping that we're going to hit that. Now, it may be a valid target, or it may be just something they want taken care of. So it's a difficult problem, and I don't envy the intelligence officers have to sift through all of this.
And it seems like it may be getting more difficult by the hour, not the ability of the missiles to be launched, Wolf, but for the targets to really be chosen in that environment.